All right, we're live. What's going on? What's happening? Yeah, you guys, I'm planning on going live a little bit later. Been meaning to get around to this workout, but I just been kind of scrolling. Anyway, real quick, y'all, we're living in some crazy times. But if you're a loner, you know, here's 7 signs, man, that as a loner, um, these are things that people are going to do. Period. There we go. Yeah. So number one, a lot of people are going to project onto you. They're going to project onto you. And when I say project onto you, man, you're quiet. You move in silence, so they don't have anything. So they're going to start, filling in the blanks. Now, normally when people are talking about projection, they're talking about people projecting their insecurities and da da da. That too, but they're also going to project like, oh, this person is neurodivergent. This person has autism. They're gonna say all kind of crazy stuff, right? What what you know is it seems very strange that they need to put you in a box, and more so, what they're trying to do is what I realize is they want to make you feel uncomfortable. Whether they realize it or not, maybe it's just the demon on them, but they want to make you feel uncomfortable. You make them feel uncomfortable with how comfortable you are with being yourself, right? So, what's going on, James? What's going on, fam? Appreciate you. Appreciate you. Salute to the tribe. Got some real ones in here tonight. What's going on, fam? But that's the truth of the matter. They want to make you uncomfortable. And you being comfortable with yourself makes them uncomfortable. So, examples of this is like, just the way I go live and stuff. And, getting trolled. A lot of people don't like how comfortable I am. And they don't like that people can relate to it. So what they do is they try to make me uncomfortable in my own stuff, my own shit, like on my own platforms. And I see it. And I mean, I'll engage with it and make them look stupid and stuff like that. But ain't even really about that. It's just I'm really trying to kind of rebuke that spirit on them, right? I'm calling a spirit out. I'm not calling the person out. The person might get offended, but I'm not calling them out, man. Right? Because they need to understand that whatever I did that made them feel like I need to humble this person, because it's a spirit on you if you feel like you need to tell somebody about themselves, humble somebody, make somebody feel less than they feel like they are, because your perception or perspective of them is lower than what they perceive themselves to be. Now, I mean, you'll say this, but for you to go out of your way to try to humble them, we know that's not the truth of the matter. You feel like they're above you and you need to lower them so you feel like they're on the same level. And, when you're a loner, it can happen at your job, it can happen with friends, it can happen on social media. But when people try to ostracize you, when people, um, when people try to, they'll do something else too. When people want to humble you and you're a loner and they don't have anything to go off of, they think you don't have nobody that's going to ever really rock with you. So they'll try to distill little bits of your personality because they're like, oh, no one's going to know. You know what I'm saying? No one's going to know because you're not networking with no one. And these people are completely indoctrinated and they're people that need people. So they're going to project that onto you, not knowing that you're a self-sufficient, autonomous person. So they're thinking, well, if we make this person feel excluded and this and that, it's going to make you feel some type of way, hoping that it's going to, make you feel like you're less of a person than you are. And it's weird, but it's now if you were the kind of person getting online and rubbing elbows with everybody. You're getting online and you were kissing ass and doing, you wouldn't have any problems. But when you're a loner, some people can't stand it. It we know it triggers their insecurities, but it does way more than that. It really does. It gets to like, and I know some of y'all don't want to be on the spiritual thing, but it's really about your light, man. Like, it's stuff about you that's just the way that you're made. And these people want to articulate a way to tear you down, but then just call it like constructive criticism, or some type of way like that, right? Like, they'll for no reason criticize you. No one asked for it. And then whenever you let them know, like, it's whatever, I don't really care what you think, then it's like, oh, this person can't handle criticism. Do you see what I'm saying? Like, that's weird. Like, when have you ever been taught prior to these, Gen Z's, not all Gen Z, but prior to Gen Z, like, when were we ever taught to take criticism or to listen to a stranger's opinion of you? Like, when did it used to matter what someone else had to say about you? But now people will try to use that and weaponize it. You know what I'm saying? Like, they'll say things to you like, I mean, everybody's saying, I don't give a damn what everybody's saying. Who's everybody? Name some names, right? Like, they'll say stuff like this, man, because they're hoping to put some social pressure on you so that you will stop doing what you doing the way you do it. Maybe, you know what I'm saying, dial yourself back, shrink a little bit, or start doing things the way that they want you to do it, right? Which is going to be shrinking yourself, because you being who you are is making them uncomfortable. But when you're a loner, you have to just be ready for these things. You just have to be ready for it. You have to know who you are. And if you are a loner and you're in alignment with God, God's leading you. If you just follow God, you'll be straight. Like, you'll be straight. And you know what I'm saying? Just don't listen to what other people have to say. Positive stuff, obviously, you know what I'm saying? Like, let it do what it's supposed to do. But this is what I look at. If someone has something to say against whatever you're doing and you're not doing nothing directly to them, right? Then that's just something about them that they need to work on. It has nothing to do with you. So when these generations, the younger generation, starts trying to gaslight you, and they really just hating on you, but they'll try to use social norms as a way to try to like box you in and make it seem like you're strange. But to be authentic and to do things authentically, a lot of us know, like, we kind of know what's going on around us. We know how the energy harvest. A lot of us know about loosh, you know what I'm saying, and we're working on garden or loosh and stuff like that. And you're just not you're not going to get on here and start dancing and putting on a show like you don't know what's really going on. Like, you see what's going on in the sky. You see what these governments are doing. You see how they they stage everything. Everything's a stage. Like, everything's fake. They start problems. They start problems to be the fixer of the problem. These actors are, they're doing a lot of weird stuff. There's like a lot. Everything's fake. So you're just like, I'm not going to act like I don't see what I see. So if everything's fake, then the society that they've conditioned us in is also fake. So these societal norms are fake. So why am I going to, try to do these weird little things that we do to make other people feel comfortable? When we all know that it's fake, it's fugazi. They're trying to fool you. We all know that. But these people are still put on masks because they're scared and terrified of others not socially accepting them and other people judging them about the knowledge they have, and which most of us kind of know it, whether a lot of people wanted to ignore it or not. So I just choose not to ignore it, man. This history stuff, and they ain't got a scrap, an iota of a slave ship. And what about the 14 presidents prior? And when you start looking into things and you see who owns everything, you're like, man, why, man, man, why these small hats got all this power, and why they got the control of our image? Like, Every time you turn around, like it frustrates you, especially as a black person. You see people representing you on TV that you didn't give them permission to do so, and saying shit that you don't agree with, and they feel like they can just do this, like they have control of your image and they can just do this, and it's fucking frustrating, man. Because they own all the media, and then you start looking back and seeing what media is and what TV is and school, and you see who owns all that, and you're like, fuck. You know what I'm saying? You figure out who done came up with a tax system, and like, fuck. So I'm supposed to get online, act like I don't know this stuff, and start doing these things that are social norms that'll make you feel comfortable while we're living in a fake ass society ran by a small group of people that have us, you know what I'm saying, on whatever reset they want to do whenever they want to do it. Like for example, Gen Z, with what they did with having us trapped inside like they did, they neutered those people, man. They are socially awkward. During the time that they should have been able to develop those skills, they don't have it. And now they're resorting to learning through observation instead of experience. And that's a huge divide between us right now, the older generation and them. They feel like they should just observe and learn that way. And we go off of lived experience. And then they don't want to listen. So they'll say some stupid ass shit like, well, we shouldn't have to reinvent the wheel. And why make the mistakes of the older generation when we can just learn from them? You're not living, you stupid ass piece of shit. That's why. While you're sitting around trying to observe other people and their shortcomings, you are missing out on life, dummy. But you can't tell them nothing, right? Because they got every word to describe their shortcoming with the way that these therapeutic terminologies are spreading through the internet. It's just a messed up place we're in right now. And if you're a loner, this generation of people who lack common sense, lack empathy, and they're completely indoctrinated to the social media system, which is obviously ran by the government. They don't give you nothing for free, and our government is ran by another government. You know what I'm saying, or some other people's. So really, social media culture is curated, and people that are thinkers know this. So when we're introducing like a virus to this curated system of compare and contrast, they want you to compare and contrast. I mean, I talked about this with AI. It just compares. It doesn't think. It just takes in data and compares and contrasts. And now this younger generation does the same thing. They just take in data and compare and contrast. And they're using it against, they're comparing and contrasting it in a system that is curated, right? So there's no lived experience. There's no thinking. There's no spirit involved. But they have all the words. They know everything to say, eloquently as well. But there's no thinking, man. So when you have people that are comparing you to what society and social media is telling them is normal, and you're not doing that, now these people are Agent Smiths, man. Now they're mad at you. They're mad. Why? Because you're making them think, man. You're breaking the psyche, like, man, but we're supposed to move like this. This person, and they start throwing labels on you. Oh, they move like this because they're ADHD. Oh, they're not grounded. Oh, they move like this because they have what stuff they're saying right now. They're neurodivergent, you know, or and they get slick with it too, right? Like these, especially content creators, they try to be getting slick and saying this little shit in their little videos as if these egotistical ass people would ever call themselves these things. They're just throwing shade at other people. You know what I'm saying? Sorry about that, y'all. I'm moving. So, I can't relate to people that don't want to get lived experience. And for some reason, the new generation don't want to live. They want to watch others and then claim that they're trying to just dodge bad experiences. They don't want to live. And I think it's because they don't know how to, because their developmental years were taken from them, right? But these people don't want to heal, So they're in a generation, that's what we call them, baby boomers, right? Where they don't want to listen to nobody. They know everything because they got the internet available to them. None of them had to really grow up in poverty. They kind of had an iPhone in their hand as soon as they were old enough to understand, and they're more so concerned about their curated social media image instead of how they're being perceived in real life. And that's another divide between the older generation of loners and this new generation of indoctrinated, motherfuckers, right? Like it's tough out here, man. You can't. They don't understand us, and they're trying to throw a bunch of labels on us, like especially millennials and up. Oh, y'all are socially awkward. You don't know how to read a room. No, 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 no. We read the room, but we understand, just like they know a little bit about it too, that the room is not full of people being themselves. It's a room full of people wearing a mask that they think other people want to see based off the conditioning that we're fed that we didn't ask for. And if we don't start thinking, we're going to consistently be ran in this society by a small group of people that are consistently monitoring us, studying us, and then, we're going to go ahead and lean society more this way. And then they start putting it in all this goofy ass pop culture, put it in social media, and then all of a sudden we're all shifting. And no, man, we got to think. We have to disrupt it some type of way. There has to be people that are just not going to move with the way that they're trying to make us move. So that way others will start thinking, and we're just not doing what we're told to do. And I'm saying, some change can be made. But you'll say that it's social awkwardness. It's intentional, you stupid. Anyway, it's intentional. All right. We're trying to make a change. You idiots just want to talk about change and your spiritual powers and your spiritual energy. Right? We're doing something about it. And we're not afraid to do it. You're in arrested development. You just Googled that word. ChatGPT just told you what it meant. Spell it. Spell the words. You can't. So stop throwing terminologies on people and labels that you don't even understand properly, because you don't understand them or what they're doing. You think that they can't read the room or people around them. No, I see all of you. You're just indoctrinated pieces of shit that's concerned about what everybody thinks, and you idiots are copying each other and regurgitating each other's shit. So we're in this idiotic circle that we can't get out of. And I'm trying to break it. And others like me are doing things like this. So stop thinking that you know what you're talking about, and that you some type of way, oh, this person is strange. You're not bringing nothing innovative to nothing. You're not leading by example. You're not coming across like you think differently and might be some type of genius. While you're looking at me and others like me do that, but you need to try to make it seem like it's a disability or something. How does that make any sense, man? Right? And then the people that listen to you are just as big of idiots and haters as you are. Because if I don't know somebody come around me and start telling me, this person right here they seem. Well, I'm just saying, I think you think. Well, I mean, by what they do, I feel you feel. Hey, man, what do you know, man? Hey, what do you know about that dude or her? Right? Have you talked to them? How much of their actual history have you spoken to them about? What do you know? And what you do is you have a bunch of people that are calling themselves having intuition, still wet behind the ears, young as hell, right? Don't know nothing about nothing, putting labels on people because they don't understand them and what they're doing. And then they're moving on this and grouping up like a bunch of cattle. You know what I'm saying? And then once a few of them do it, next thing you know it, everybody else like, well, I don't want to go against the grain. I don't really understand the person, but I'm just going to, label them the same. And you're just being a loner. You're trying to lead by example. This is what happens, man. Like this is what happens. Now I might have ranted off a little bit, but you get the gist of what I'm saying. Instead of you sitting out here feeling comfortable slapping labels on people, you're not qualified to do so. How about you sit back and let these people develop? See where they get to, because I'm really teaching y'all a lesson about judging, somebody too early, or judging a book by its cover. That's one of the major lessons God's using me for. And I can see how ignorant y'all are. Hey, don't think that when y'all throw shade in your videos, I don't see it, right? But I'm calculated. I'm precise. I'm running a business. If I'm going to retaliate, I got to make it into a form of money. I'm not going to be just doing stuff to be doing it. Okay? And I would advise for you, instead of trying to find clever ways to disguise your shade, to work on your character development. That's what you should be doing. All the time you're wasting, because I'm going to tell you something. I'm not faking this. I really don't care what none of y'all think. I love you. I love everybody. I don't care what you think, though, good or bad. You can waste your time trying to find a way to get around that. How can you do it when I talk to God every day? I put more layers of armor on every single. How are you going to do it? You're not. Because every day when I talk to God, He shows me why another human's opinion shouldn't matter to me. He shows me. So anyway, you think that you can try to project your opinion on me and it's going to come across articulate, God's already shown me 1,000,001 ways how to articulate myself to let you know, no, 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 no. I'm following God. God is leading me down a path. However you perceive me has nothing to do with me, and it's none of my business. And I'm not going to let you make it my business, right? And I'm doing that for you. I'm doing that for you. Because if you want to be ignorant and judge other people, you really have some healing to do. You really do. I ain't got nothing to do with that. You know what I'm saying? I might watch reaction videos and let y'all know what I perceive that woman to be saying in the video based off of the data I've collected, right? But I don't try to run around and make it seem like, oh, this person's autistic, this person has what? You know what I'm saying? Like I don't call no one a narcissist directly as if I'm the person that's going to school for that type of stuff. We can talk about people that got narcissistic tendencies and traits, but we're not getting into deep detail and trying to profile people. Like, it makes these younger people feel, not just the younger ones, just say people. It makes certain people feel like they know what they're talking about to just be saying words. You know what I mean? Like, it makes them feel better. So again, I mean, if you're a loner, you're going to run into things like this. I'm not gonna hold y'all too much longer. Let me get to this workout. I have stalled enough. You know what I'm saying? Like, you have a workout to get to and it's painful, but once you do it, you want to do it again. You know what I'm talking about? The real gym goers and the calisthenic guys out there, and you know what I'm saying, the men and women that do circuit or hit training, y'all know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm talking about. But I'm gonna knock this hit training out real quick because I do want to go live and chop it up with y'all video wise. And I'm not going to do none of that until I knock out my disciplines. So get my work done first, and then we'll have a good time with the live streams. But if you're a loner and you guys are really talking to God on a regular basis, and you're really getting after it, you're gonna have a lot of people that's not gonna like you and understand whatever they're saying about you, right? If it triggers you at all, that's okay. You're human, man, right? Well, we're more than that, but you know what I'm saying. Um, Work on whatever it was that made you feel some type of way. Like think about it. Outside of that situation, work on getting past whatever it was, and just remember that how somebody else feels about you is okay. If they don't like you, or they want to just come up with a bunch of nonsense and drop a bunch of mental disorders, and it's okay. It's okay. At the end of the day, with your consistency, it's going to show more about them and the people that want to listen to it than about you to anybody with any sense. Anybody that's really trying to give somebody a chance. But for anyone that's like, oh no, I'd rather believe whatever they're saying about, you're not missing out on nothing. You're not missing out on nothing. Take it from somebody who, plenty of people trying to do all this type of stuff. Again, at the end of the day, it doesn't matter. I pay all my own bills. You know what I'm saying? I pay my taxes. I got my land. I have custody of my son. I'm healthy. I look good for a 41-year-old. I'm doing great. It does not matter. It doesn't matter. So, anyway, I'm not going to hold y'all any longer. Stick to your routines no matter what. Build routines. Okay? Trying to tell you something. Build routines and stay strict to those routines no matter what. And make sure that your routines include plenty of self, I'll call it character development, but self love stuff. Like you're doing stuff for yourself first, take care of yourself first, and then do whatever you're doing, posting for other people or showing up for your family. But you first, whatever makes you happy. I like to work out. I like to talk to God. You know what I'm saying? I like to pamper myself. But you guys, whatever y'all want to do, if you want to work on a truck or something like that, go do that. What you want to do, man? Watch your shows, watch a game. Take care of yourself first. And then that way you're pouring from a full cup. And when people are out here projecting onto you, you know that every day you're pushing yourself outside your comfort zones. And you know every day you reflect on yourself and what you can improve to be a better person. You know what I mean? Physically, mentally, and spiritually. So you don't need no one to tell you about yourself. You tell yourself about yourself every single day. There's nothing that they can say to you that you haven't already critiqued. And for them to think that they can come up with something that you haven't already noticed about yourself is ignorant in itself. So don't even pay it no attention. Okay? Everybody wants to believe that they notice something about you that you don't notice. You hear people say things like, others notice your talent before you did. Others noticed my talent before I did. Okay, dummy. Well, if that was the case, why you didn't reach out to me and tell me to get on the social media? Oh yeah, that was me that got on social media, recognizing my own talent. People want to play with you like that because they want to feel like they know something that you don't know. It makes them feel better, but don't pay it no attention. Even stuff like that, that might seem minuscule to you, but if someone says something to me like, man, I noticed, you know what I'm saying, da 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 da, before you even did, or a lot of your haters notice, they don't notice nothing before me. They may notice something about me. They might think that I don't notice it, which is stupid. Why would I be on the internet doing stuff if I didn't know that I had a good personality and a kind of character that people are drawn to, right? But it makes you feel better to think you know something that I don't know because you can run off of that, right? Oh, he don't know that he's charismatic. Let me just try to mess with him, and you, it don't work like that, stupid. Okay? I see what you're doing, but also I know why I got on the internet in the first place. And so, and for you to think your low IQ ass is able to notice something before me, you know, about me, it's crazy, bro. That's crazy, sis. But whatever makes you feel better, right? Right? Because I don't run around talking about how genius I am. But if you feel like you notice something that you consider somebody to be super smart, haven't noticed yet, it makes you feel better. Bless your heart. Anyway, y'all, I'm not gonna hold y'all any longer. I'm gonna go ahead and get off of here, knock out this workout that I've been procrastinating on. But after dropping this video, hopefully some of my haters will watch it. Really cooked y'all up in this one. I'm ready to knock the workout out. So anyway, you guys, appreciate you. James, appreciate you showing up, but salute, man. For the rest of everybody else on the live stream, appreciate y'all showing up. I'm gonna knock this out. I'll get back on here a little bit later, hopefully. You know, if I'm not too tired. Drop a comment if you agree or don't agree. Hit the like button regardless. Come on, y'all. We're building over here. We're building over here. Now, I know I took like a week off. I know you're like, David, you know, your consistency is consistent. My consistency is consistent. Okay? Pay attention to things over the last few years and not over the last couple months. Also, on top of that, I told you, you got to just disappear sometimes. Okay? You got to just do it. You don't never want to get too attached to anything. You know, you got to be able to walk away from anything at any time. You know what I'm saying? Now, not stay away from it too long, but just know that it's not about clout or rushing into trying to help and get your channel to take off. No, take your time, man. It's about you. It's about you. It's about the journey. It's about the growth. It's about having fun while you're doing it. Okay? Anyway, y'all, I don't want to, what I'm saying, bore you too much longer. I'm starving over here. I'm fasting. I'm going to knock out this workout, and then we'll go live in a little bit. I want to hear from you. Drop the comments if you agree. Gen Z, I'm not attacking you, okay? I done told y'all before, I rock with some of y'all. But you do know that y'all do have some that are just weird as hell in your generation. And I've even told y'all about the younger millennials. So don't act like I'm just getting on Gen Z. I cooked the younger millennials chef's kiss the other day. You know what I mean? Am I going to talk about the older millennials? Absolutely not. Why would I talk about them? They're great. You know what I'm saying? They're great. They do everything great. You know what I'm saying? What are you talking about? You know? Now I'll get on a Gen X every now and again, but you know what I mean? Come on. For the most part, you know what I mean? Anyway, the younger millennials, we're not going to get into that. You guys drop a comment. Appreciate y'all. Love and light. I'm your brother and I'm out.
It's on mute. Hey, hold on. Bitch, be quiet. Lot of niggas fake, so I'm moving in silence.